Alright, so I have to re-record this because during the original live thing, first of all, OBS started bugging out for me, and then there was ads on the reveal, so it just didn't feel right. So I have to re-record this, but don't worry, I'm re-recording it on YouTube. The live thing was just posted, so I'm gonna give my feedback on how I think new changes are gonna impact the game and how I think everything's going to kind of either get worse or better based off the change that happens. So let's just get right into it. I can skip because I
Karpazis
know
is here to tell.
what's coming. This isn't an official first
On behalf of the
review
entire
of it.
Siege team, we're proud to show
It's
to
just
you
more of
Operation New Blood. And there's a lot coming this season. And it starts with our first remaster.
I can't think of the word.
Operator
Anyway, let's just
remasters
get
are
into it.
introduced.
So we already been over the season
Drill
reveal.
over and over again, so that being the tools that you
This
use
is
season,
whatever.
and we can't wait until you get your hands on it.
Okay, here we
The
go.
Siege team is always working to improve player protection. For the latest, Alexander Karpazis is back.
This is
with an
actually a
update.
really good change. I really like this. They're starting to crack down on cheaters. I really hope this
In a
includes
mid-season update, we communicated
really
about
hope
a
this
delay for the
includes
reputation
elo trapping
system
on
coming out of
console
beta.
because
For us,
that is
it's
such
really
a dumb
important
thing.
to make sure that we
I
get
can't
this
tell you
right
how many
and
games
that
I've
we
lost
listen to
because
the
of it.
feedback. And we received a lot of feedback that there's still work to be done. We're working on the quality of the system and making sure that we can verify all of the reports that are made using it. At the end, we want a system that you can.
Okay, nobody cares about the reputation system. Let's be honest. The only reason you do it is for the extra rewards. The anti-cheat update,
to the number
good.
of data points we use to make bans.
This is really good.
This also means that we've increased our ban rate by 60% in the last season. And
60%
we've seen a
is
huge
really good.
reduction in cheaters, and especially rage cheats. Plus, we've created new detections for DDoS, improving DDoS detection. It's
That's also
important
really
to
good. I
point
really
out
like
new
that too.
data bans
This is
using
a
machine
really good
learning
part
is
of
already given us
what's
great
coming
results.
next season,
It's led to
but it's not going to
less
be so hot
time
later on.
manually making bans, and it's
We're also taking on Fenrir and adjusting his threat level accordingly.
Okay.
Game
I
director
skipped
Joshua
over a big
Mills
part, I
has
think.
more.
No, I didn't. Okay. So
So the philosophy
These two
for
changes,
Year 9 and balancing is
I'll talk about them one
fundamentally
at a
getting
time.
that match
The
between
Solus
our
change,
attackers
I
and our
believe, comes
defenders.
first.
It doesn't matter what side of the fight you're on. You're in mentioned at SI.
Nope, it's
we're
the
actually
Fenrir
going
for
across to the
Fenrir
defense side
rework
and going
first.
after a couple of those power
I
races.
like this.
So
Fenrir
means Fenrir
is such an
and Solus will be
overpowered
receiving
operator
updates.
that
so Solus,
it's
the
really,
fact that
really,
she can
really
take down
hard
all the
to
drones in the prep phase
counter him.
is a huge problem.
In
So we're
fact,
addressing
really,
that
there's no
and
way
making
to
sure
counter
that
him
her
except for
Spec IO
Finka.
glasses no longer
yeah.
work during the prep phase.
I also
This
like
allows our
the
players
Solus
on
change.
attack to be able to get
I
their
don't know how I
drones
feel
in
about
position,
10 seconds at a
suss out
time,
what the defense
but
is
it's
doing, and make those
not that
necessary
bad.
changes using attacker repick, for example. When the prep phase closes, Solus's gadget will be available, and she can start hunting drones. But she can only detect drones that are actively being used. So you can have your drones go into a standby state.
That's
and hunt.
also
so
very
you'll have
dumb.
More opportunity to keep your drones alive.
Only being able to see drones that are actively being used is a very stupid thing for Solus. I think she should be able to see any gadget available. I think honestly, what they should have done was make it so that she can't use her gadget in the prep phase, and then make it so that she can only use her gadget for 10 seconds at a time, and that would have been perfect. That would have been the ideal rework for Solus.
Hiding them from Solus, sussing out where she is, and then making plays around the fact that you know that gadget's online now, and you can hide yourself away by making sure you get off your drone before Solus finds you. It's not the only change coming. The capacity of the Spec IO glasses will be reduced as well, from 20 seconds down to 10 seconds,
Yeah.
which means Solus only has 10 seconds to use that device. Additionally, in order to activate the device, it must be at 100% charge. So, if you've used the device at all
Oh.
and try to reactivate it, you will not
See,
be
that's
able
another
to
thing I didn't
until
pick
it
up
fully
on.
charges again. Additionally,
That's
they're
kinda dumb,
reducing
though.
the detection range, so Solus actually has to put herself at a little bit more risk in order to get that intel.
That's also very
We'll be
dumb.
removing
I don't like
impact
that. I
grenades
think
from
honestly, I
payload
think
and giving her
Solus
proximity
would have been
alarms
fine
as a
had you made
replacement.
it so that she
This
can't
is
use it
part one of a
in the
two-part
prep phase in
update.
only
And the
10
reason we're doing
seconds.
that is one, for
Because
speed.
Solus
We wanna make
herself,
sure
like
that we get
IQ
this
can
stuff
see
in the
shit
hands faster,
across the
and
map,
we
but
reduce
Solus
some of
can't.
the
So
pressure
it's
that
kind of
some of
like.
these operators are
But I
causing.
do understand
Now,
the
we saw
dynamic
this
of
work with
most most
Grim,
maps
where we
are
get a Part 1 and Part 2
defender-sided,
update, and that's exactly
so
the same philosophy we're using.
it is a
for
little
Solus here.
weird, but
Another
whatever.
operator update coming is for Fenrir. We'll be actually reducing how many mines he has from 5 to 4,
Okay.
and from 3 codes down to 2. He'll have to
I
be
like
much
that.
more
See, this
selective
is what
about
I
how
like
he's
about.
using
I
his
like the
gadgets.
Fenrir rework.
Additionally,
That's a good
if
rework.
a mine is disabled
4 to
or
from
destroyed,
5 to
the
4,
code will be
and then from
refunded
3 to
due this
2.
reduction.
That's really good.
Additionally,
And
those FNATs will no longer be bulletproof.
yeah,
which
I
means
like that they're
Fenrir
not going
has
to be
very
bulletproof.
careful
And
where
if
he
one's
places
destroyed,
them
he gets
because
it
they're
back, which I
always
really
going to be
like too.
vulnerable. We're looking at his secondaries as well. Combining an FNAT with barbed wire can be very powerful. So we're actually removing the barbed wire and giving him observation blockers to help obscure where those FNATs are. We want
I
to
don't
make
know, I
sure
think
that
the
he
observation
is
blockers
still
are a dumb
scary,
thing,
and you
but
do need to pay attention to
whatever.
his gadgets. But at the same
That's
time,
not that
we want
bad.
to bring him in line with the mythology that we have for the game, where gadgets should not be spammy. Right now, he has a lot of them, so we're tackling that.
The marketplace beta has seen a lot.
I
of
really like this
attention,
change too.
and
This
it's
is one of
helped
the
us
better
refine
changes to
features get it
Siege.
ready for
The
release
marketplace is a
this
really good
season.
thing that's
To give
keeping
you more
Siege alive
details,
and
please welcome
giving players a
Associate
lot of
Monetization
reason
Director,
to stay in the
Joey
game.
Adet-Pepin.
So I really do like this.
On January 30th, the Rainbow Six Siege Marketplace has launched in beta phase, and we were beyond excited to see and feel the enthusiasm and engagement from the community. And now, we're extremely happy to announce that early in Season 2, all the players with a level 25 clearance
This
and
is
above
also really
will
good.
automatically get access to the marketplace.
You have to be
without
level
any
25,
registration
and
needed
you have to have
whatsoever.
two-factor
As a reminder,
enabled.
the Rainbow Six
That's
Siege
good.
Marketplace
I like
is
that.
a web platform
That's
also
perfect.
optimized for mobile, where you, the players, can trade anonymously and safely your cosmetic item with the community for R6 credit. The beta phase has allowed us to gather feedback from the players, and now we're very confident with the full release of the marketplace. Also, coming early in Season 2, we are bringing new life improvement feature to the Siege Marketplace, such as item recommendations,
Yeah,
item price history and graphs, and
That's
other
good.
UX and UI improvements.
that's very good.
I want to thank you all for
I don't
making the
know
Rainbow
how I
Six
feel about
Siege
225th
Marketplace
because I
a
feel
reality.
like it's
We'll continue
pretty
to work hard
pretty
to
well
improve the
done
feature
already.
so we get the
I feel
best
like they
experience
could release
possible.
it like next week, but
Operation
whatever.
New Blood is bringing
Doesn't
back
matter.
a popular game mode for a limited run and adding a map filter option.
I don't
in the
have
standard
any.
playlist, which live content
So for the
director
new
Christopher
game mode
Budgeon
or
will
the
tell
new
you all
arcade
about.
mode, I don't have any input on it. I'm personally not going to play it, but I do want to say something about game modes and events in arcade games and whatever. I think right now, based off of what I'm seeing on this new change, is Rainbow Six is going to die again in the next 2 seasons, and I think the problem that this poses is that there's not enough old players coming back to Siege because they're done. A lot of players are just like, dude, this game fucking sucks now. I'm just gonna leave. But I think one of the things that could bring them back, and even for newer players or older players or whatever, it could just be overall good, is if they brought back some events like Grand Larceny or Showdown or Outbreak or something. I think they did bring back Outbreak. I don't remember. But anyway, Grand Larceny and Showdown were the two that I thought of immediately. Those were those game modes were so fun for the limited time that they were out. Like, I think Grand Larceny was Steel Wave, maybe? I don't remember. Maybe it was Void Edge. But either way, those were such good playlists that people actually engaged in because they were fun. Showdown, again, was fun. Showdown was like Operation Burnt Horizon, I think. Maybe even Phantom Sight. I don't remember, but sometime around there. It was such a fun game mode. Everybody loved to play it. So I think bringing those kinds of game modes back would be really fun. It would actually help the game out a
This season,
lot.
we're introducing a new system called map filtering in the
I
standard
do like
playlist.
this as well.
This means that players can select playing ranked, non-ranked, or all maps within their experience.
I do
Means
like
for the
this.
first time, you'll be able to play tactically on non-ranked maps within standard. Attrition is an arcade game mode that's
I don't-
coming back for a limited time.
I don't care about
where
arcade. Here's the
every
thing about
round-
arcade game modes is like, sure, they add new fresh content, but also there's not a lot to be offered after that. It's either new fresh game mode content and cosmetics, or it's like dumb shit that nobody really cares about, and that's what this is.
The
So
operators
I
that
don't
are
know.
played, both on attack and defense, are eliminated for the rest of the match. At the start of the match, 5 attackers and 5
I just don't see the
defenders
appeal in it.
will be automatically removed randomly.
Like, I guess
That
it's
means
kind
going
of
into the
fun, but
first
they hype it
round,
up like
attrition
he's
has already
hyping it up
started,
like it's the
and you'll have to
greatest
play
game
with
mode
the
to ever
puzzle
come to
pieces
Siege.
available
No,
to
it's
you.
not.
Attrition
It's
Playlist
terrible.
is coming back for limited time from June 18th until July 2nd.
New premium rewards are on the way as we're introducing membership this
Okay,
season.
I have a
To give you more
split
info,
view
here's
on this
Business
one, so
Strategy
I don't.
Director Mohammed Ben
I'll let
Hanada.
them explain it, and then I'll get into my opinion on it.
We're glad to announce that we'll be bringing membership on Siege. Membership is a new and the best way to get some of the game's new and exciting content, as well as exclusive customization that won't be available in the shop. So how does it work? Each month, as a member, you will have access to the Premium Battle Pass along with its privileges. That comes in the form of the 10% shop discount and the 30% faster progression. You will also get 10 Battle Pass tokens in order to kickstart your Battle Pass season, 1 Bravo pack, 1 full epic bundle, and 1 legendary item, which is part of a legendary bundle that will be tied to the season. The Premium Battle Pass, the 10 tokens, and the Bravo pack will
I
be
do kinda
given
like
as
this
soon as
Warden
you're
skin,
enrolled
but I
and will
think
be
it's
given
stupid
each month
'cause Warden
at
is
your rebilling
useless
date,
right now.
while the full epic bundle and the legendary item will be given on the 28th of the month. For the players who stayed members throughout the season and got the 3 legendary items, and therefore the legendary bundle, you will also get an extra operator card unlocked as a bonus. For players who will join on the first week of Season 2, you will get an exclusive Epic Bundle only offered during that period, as well as 600 Rainbow Six credits. We want to make membership evolve in order to make members feel like true VIPs on Siege. So as always, we'll be listening to your feedbacks to see how we can make membership better.
Hold on, let me look at.
So as always, we'll
That's
be
kinda
listening
dumb.
to your feedbacks.
All right, so based off of that, I'm just gonna pause it here because I'm pretty sure they're done. I think this could be really good or really bad for the game. I think adding a membership to any kind of game is stupid. The good thing is you don't have to buy the membership to play the game. You don't have to do that. But to get like a cool skin like what Warden has here, or the one in the top right corner with Ash, I don't think that's an amazing skin, but it's also kind of cool to have, and it's definitely something you could sell on the R6 marketplace. For the Bravo packs, R6 credits, exclusive skin, all that stuff, I don't worry about it right now. What I'm going to talk about is how it really shapes the game, and I think the problem with this is that people aren't going to buy it because they think it sucks, or the rewards aren't worthy of, let's just say it's $10 a month, which is probably what it's going to be. And if it's not, it may be a serious problem. If it's anything more than like $14 a month, that's ridiculous, and they should really think about bringing it down. They didn't say what it's going to be a month, so I don't know what it is. They did say you have to enroll between June 11th and June 18th to get the Ash reward. Right here, it says it at the top. So we'll figure out prices then, I'm sure. I think if you're an R6 marketplace user, this is a great investment, and you might be able to sell some of these skins for a lot of R6 credits and be able to maybe buy Glacier or like Onami or Piranha or something like that, which are all old skins that are going for like 20,000 plus on the R6 marketplace. I think it could be a really good investment. And if you're just a casual player who likes some of the cosmetics or whatever in this, maybe you pay for the first month or whatever just to get the Ash bundle or the Warden bundle or whatever. But then after that you stop, and that makes sense. Personally, what I'm gonna do is I don't quite agree with this, but I'm gonna probably buy it anyway, just because I'm done with my money. But I'm probably gonna buy it anyway, and then wait till next season to see what the new cosmetic rewards are, and if they're anything good, I'll keep paying for it. If they're anything bad, I'm just gonna stop and say, you know what, I'm not paying them anymore. Like, I'll just buy the premium battle pass alone for $20 for the next 3 months, and then that'll be cheaper than like $35 for 3 months. So That's my
to
opinion
see
on
how
it.
we can make membership better for the upcoming seasons. So stay tuned.
Watching a Siege match could be a powerful way to learn about the game.
This is such a
connect with your
dumb thing.
community,
This is
or see
dumb.
some of the best players in the world compete.
I don't know why
We're
anybody would
introducing an updated viewing
would fucking
experience
watch
that will
this.
help you see more, learn more, and make each match all more thrilling to watch. UX designer Lawrence Ematange is here to tell you all about it.
Essentially, we wanted a more seamless experience for spectators, casters, and observers because they're all using the same HUD, and we wanted to make that very efficient for them. So we moved the cards from the side to the bottom. We went for a more contextual and dynamic approach with these cards. The cards give more information during the prep phase because that's when you really analyze the strategies of our game.
I'm just gonna skip this, because I think it's a really dumb change that affects nobody. Basically, what it is it makes the spectator system a lot more a lot more user friendly. The problem with that is it only affects Pro League and like maybe like a Jinxie tournament or something like that, where there is a spectator, or like a 1v1 thing, like if Spoit hosts Bolo and Jinxie again or whatever, then it's only going to affect Spoit. Nobody else gets to use that. Like there's only so many spectators that you can have. So it's a really dumb change that only affects Pro League tournaments or 1v1s that people don't really care about. I think if you had added this in a later change, or like added this season and just put it in patch notes, it would have been much better instead of having a whole like 2-minute 30-second segment on whatever the fuck this is. It's really dumb.
Stadium Bravo and Stadium Alpha maps.
Okay, this
Team World Lead
I
Jeremy
do
Dowsett
like.
joins us to walk us
I
through
don't-
these changes.
They didn't really mention a lot about Stadium Alpha, which I believe Stadium
The
Alpha
Stadium
is the TDM game or map, which I don't like it anyway.
Offering Stadium
So
Bravo, it's
whatever.
really quality of life changes. The community loved them as events, and they came out in the playlists, but there was a problem, and the problem was the bulletproof glass. We overused it. We put it everywhere.
I
we were
agree. It was
experimenting,
very
And
overused.
the thing we've done is we've removed bulletproof glass from the objective sites. This means for defenders,
This is
it's actually
good.
much more comfortable to defend because
This is
the
very
attackers
good. I
can't
like
just
this.
pass a drone outside the window and then just ping you and know where you are. So the problem with the two maps was you'd always have to defend an objective off-site because you're always going to get seen. Now, with the removal of bulletproof glass from those areas, it means as a defender you can actually stay on site and actually defend. For Stadium Bravo, there's been changes to the 1F border and there's been changes to the coastline section. Again, these
Yeah.
are just
Again, I'm just gonna skip through this part, the rest of this part. I think this is actually a really good change. I think taking bulletproof glass away from Stadium Bravo is the right move, and I think that it could honestly make it a ranked map again. I did like Stadium Bravo. Well, I didn't like it at the time, but looking back, I kind of realized I did like it. But now I'm gonna really like it because that's a good change. The reason I didn't like it was the bulletproof glass. So that's a really, really good change for Siege. And I think, and one of the good things they mentioned at the end of this, I don't know where it's at, but it's going to come to every single game mode except for ranked. So there's a good chance, there's a good time frame to give feedback on the map and see what they need to change before they put it back into ranked. And that's a great thing. That's probably one of the better things that they are doing this season.
Is adding more playable operators, AI defenders, and map choices
This is dumb.
to the versus AI.
I
and
mean,
map
all the
training
all the
playlists.
new training ground stuff and all that is ridiculous. Nobody likes this stuff. They basically added new ops that you can play in this, and all that. Really dumb. I think we should have just stuck with Terrorist Hunt. They added a new game mode where it's like an endless thing where you have 60 minutes and you just run around a map and shoot as many dummies as possible. That's dumb. We could have just done that with Terrorist Hunt and it would have been so much better because terrorists actually act like real humans kind of, and like they're in unpredictable spot. Well, they're in predictable spots if you played enough T-Hunt, but they were in unpredictable spots, and it really taught you crosshair placement and how to aim. And now I think this is just really dumb.
And Sentry are joining
This
Team
is
Rainbow
the
with a
last dumb
versatile
thing,
set of
which is the
gadgets.
main part.
First up on
of the-
attack,
of
we
the
have
thing.
Striker.
I'll just talk about it as
And
it
on the
goes on,
defense, Sentry.
because there's a
Alexander
lot to
Kapasis
talk
and
over it.
Joshua
Just
Mills
pause it
have a
and
host
like
of insights
all
into
that.
the
It wouldn't be
design,
productive because I'm gonna
loadout,
forget stuff.
And new strategic possibilities of these operators.
The visual design of our recruits comes from a wonderful collaboration.
Okay, this
with
is the first problem with it. They literally stole a skin from the R6 mobile game and put it into this new thing, which
our
is
friends
extremely
on the
dumb.
Rainbow
It's
Six
extremely
mobile
lazy.
team.
They're
They're
not
using their
worried
models
about
up-res
the actual
for Siege
content
to
of the game.
represent
It's just
Striker,
worried
who
about
wears
getting
the
it in
repellent
fast,
harness,
which is
and
really dumb.
Sentry, who wears the defender's helmet. to
I don't mind the
differentiate
look of
two
them. It's
sides of the
just
same
really
coin.
like we had to steal
These
something
are the
from something
Swiss
else
Army
that we own.
knives of the operators, and we intentionally wanted them to feel like a character you can embody. We've all been recruits at some point on our journey.
I like what they're doing, but that's a very dumb reason as to why they're doing it. Don't pull at the heartstrings of players. That's really dumb, because then everybody's not going to take it seriously.
Siege, and we want you to believe that you are that next recruit standing beside operators that are heroes and legends. We've also made sure that these recruits are customizable. So now you
This
can
is a good
pick
change.
them out
I do
the
like
way
this.
that you want to represent yourself as a recruit in Rainbow Six Siege.
So Season 2 is a really exciting moment for us on the team because this is when we get to introduce our first remaster. This is fundamentally our way of
I
being
think the
able-
remasters in the future are going to be really good. Like for Blackbeard or even Warden at this point. Warden's so useless. I think for some of those operators like Blackbeard or maybe even Amaru or some other really bad operators like even Tachanka right now, because Goyo does the same thing and better. I think this could be a really good thing for the future, but the way they've started is extremely bad.
They maintain the health of the game to go back and reevaluate different pieces of content that have been released over time, specifically our operators. And what a better place to start than Recruit.
I could have thought of a
Now,
bunch of
I'm gonna
better
say
places to
something
start.
That's going to probably break
honestly.
some hearts, but it's honestly true, and it's something I've seen through all the the design documentation and stuff. But Recruit was never intended to be played.
Well,
It
yeah,
was there
he
as
was
an option
never.
if you didn't have an operator. So they were really not meant to be used in every round. Well, we're changing that. That doesn't make any sense. Recruit needs to have their own moment to shine. and
This
now they
is,
do. I gotta
by the
stop
way,
saying
they did the
recruit
exact
because
opposite of
It's
this.
plural. It's recruits. We have Striker on attack, and we have Sentry on defense. Now, the unique thing about Striker and Sentry is they're not as specialized as our other operators. But that doesn't mean they're not powerful. In fact, they will become your Swiss Army knife on attack or defense. Striker and Sentry's unique ability allows them to field two generic gadgets from their side of the fight. So for Striker, in her gadget kit, she can bring
Okay.
a stun grenade, a
So-
hard breach charge.
Let's talk about this loadout really quick. M4, I like it. M249, I like it. Okay, there's only one operator in the game with this, and there's only two operators technically. One has a different version of this, but there's only two operators in the game with this. I like that. That's a really good thing to do because you're adding a different operator with a gun that's well liked, especially on Maverick, and then another gun that's well liked on Capitao and Gridlock. Those are really good changes. The 5.7 and the ITA, nobody's going to use the 5.7 because destruction. So the ITA 12S, really good for that. Now let's talk about this really quick. This is exactly what Recruit was last season, the season before it, the season before that, and then the season before that, and I think even further than that. Okay? There's no Recruit rework other than changing the appearance and changing the loadout. That's all they did, because Recruit is the exact same.
Frag grenade.
You can
impact
take
EMP
two of
grenade,
these
smoke grenade,
whatever
claymore, and breach
gadgets.
charge. And
Like you can
remember,
do
that means
stuns
Striker
and
can take
frags, or
any combination
impacts
of two
and
of
breach
these
charges,
gadgets.
or impacts
Now,
and
when we're
hard
talking about
breach.
Sentry, he can bring in his gadget kit.
It's really
Impact
dumb.
grenades, deployable shields, barbed wire, nitro cell.
Okay, now the other one, which is the defender one. The one we just looked at was the attacker one. This is the defender one. This is also very dumb. First of all, the M870 is a shitty shotgun. I don't like it. Maybe it's a good shotgun, but the operators that have it all have really good other primaries, so there's no point in using it. And also, it's a very overused weapon. Thorn has it, Bandit has it, Jaeger has it, probably another person has it. I don't know. But it's a very overused gun, so why use it? The Commando 9, good. They used the wrong image. That's the 5.52 Commando that IQ has and Grim has. They used the wrong image, but whatever. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. The Commando 9 is not Mozzie's P10 Roni that had the 1.5, but the other primary. It's not great. I don't really like it. I prefer the P10 over it, even if it doesn't have a 1.5. But again, it's one of those guns that is only used once. So by putting it in a recruit's hand, I like it. Good change. The Super Shorty, you basically have Mozzie's old loadout. I like that. The C75, not the greatest gun. Whatever. But again, the problem with this is, look at this. It's the exact same thing. You can have any combination of two of these gadgets, two of any Defender gadgets, which was the exact same as, like, for the past 6 seasons. Nobody cares. Like, this is not good. You didn't rework them, you updated them. That's all you did.
And once again,
that's
just
not a
like Striker,
remaster or a
Sentry can
rework,
bring
that's an
any
update.
combination of two of these gadgets. So for Striker, some of these combinations are more obvious than others. For example, hard breach charges and impact EMPs. That's a self-sufficient hard breacher right there. Another great combination for Striker is a Claymore and a breach charge. Setting up your own flank watch while taking care of that vertical
I think
play.
Claymores and
The
Frags
big
is probably a
important thing
better
about
one,
Striker and
but
Sentry
whatever.
is you do not know what they're bringing on the field, which means your strategy can be built around what they.
That's been in the game forever. The only reason that wasn't like a main focus was because Recruit can't be played in ranked. So there's no point in thinking about what that is. But now once you add them to ranked, sure, you have to think about what the Recruit's going to be bringing in. But other than that, it doesn't matter. Like, oh, okay, they got the wall open. Well, it's a tiny little hard breach thing. It's nothing compared to what Ace can see or what Thermite can see, and even Hibana. Nothing compared to what those operators can do. And, you know, he probably has the M4. Oh, well, now he has the loadout of Maverick, but does less than what Maverick does, because honestly, Maverick is a better hard breacher. So there's no point in bringing a Recruit unless you're going to do like frags and claymores or stuns and frags. You could play Recruit a bunch of different ways. You could play him as the entry frag. You could play him as the support op. But you could do that before anyway.
They have in their pockets, and that requires the other team to pay attention to what they are doing. So when we look at Striker and Sentry's weapon loadouts, it's important that we have versatility and customization really at the center here, because we want you to be able to craft Sentry or Striker.
I like the fact that on defense you can use a Nitro Cell and a deployable shield, because in a lot of operators' cases you would have to give up the Nitro Cell for the deployable shield or the deployable shield for the Nitro Cell. I think with Striker, the main thing I can think about is holding bottom blue on Chalet, on the bottom blue hallway, when you have to place that deployable shield down there to watch blue stairs. That's a great chance to use this. You could use impacts, you could use Nitro Shell, you could use barbed wire, you could use whatever, but you still have that deployable shield that you need to have there, and that's important. That could be a really good use for this, but other than that, I don't really
exactly
see
what
like
your lineup needs.
I don't really
When we
see
look at Striker's weapons,
the thing.
we want to remain true to what Recruit was originally.
Like, here's the thing. People are like, oh, bring frags and claymores. Like, you can watch your flank and you can get kills with frags. Well, guess who can also do that? Gridlock. Gridlock has nades, and she has probably one of the best anti-flank gadgets in the game. You throw 4 Gridlocks down, what are they going to do? You have to hear them shoot all these Gridlocks or hear them throw an impact to destroy them all. Then you throw a nade and boom, they're dead. Like, what? It's so dumb. Even Nomad. Even Nomad does this better.
Which is some good all-around weapons for each one of them. But in Striker's case, that means the M4 and the M249. In secondary, the ITA 12S and the 5.7 USG. Now when we jump over into Sentry's weapon loadout, they're rocking some fan favorites as well. The Commando 9.
I wouldn't exactly call the
M870
Commando 9 a
in
fan
their
favorite,
primary slot.
but
and
whatever.
in the secondary slot, the C75 Auto and the Super Shorty. Some of the great combinations that you can do with Sentry would be a bulletproof camera and an observation blocker, or a proximity alarm and a nitro cell.
I do like that. That's
Recruit has
actually
always
kind of
held a
useful.
special place in our hearts. Being able to go back and revisit them and remaster them in this way is super special to us on the team, and we hope it's awesome for you on the community side as well. The impact of a remaster in the game is fundamentally as if new operators are coming to the game, because that's
but
how we're treating
it's
them.
not.
But it's important.
They're
that the
not new
essence of
operators. They've been the
operator
same.
remains.
So, how does it feel to step into the boots of those remastered recruits? Let's get a fresh perspective from two special guests. Please welcome.
All right, these guys just basically glazed the whole thing. It doesn't matter. You can play the test server next week. I don't know if they said what day the test server is gonna come out. These two girls just glazed the whole thing. Fenrir Elite set, kind of dumb after they're gonna rework him, but whatever. Launch stuff throughout the season. They say when test server just next week. Okay, they don't say. Let me check the Discord and see if they say. Maybe they changed it. Nope, they have not updated the Discord. Okay, so we don't know when the test server comes out. It's just next week. If I had to guess, probably Tuesday? Tuesday of next week. I don't know if next week means tomorrow next week, because tomorrow's Monday, but it's Labor Day, so it's kind of... Anyway, or not Labor Day, Memorial Day. So it's like, what? Next week could literally mean anything on a Sunday. It could mean tomorrow, or it could mean the week after tomorrow, the Monday after tomorrow. So I don't know. If I had to guess, Tuesday of next week is probably when you can say, because otherwise they would say like, oh, May 28th, which is in 2 days, or whatever. Live release is June 11th. That's kind of key. I do like that. Problem is, I will be gone during that, but whatever. I don't care. So that's just my overall thoughts on what's coming to the game. Honestly, if this means setting up for next season, which is going to be an absolute banger, good. But otherwise, yeah, this is just, it's not good. The roadmaps for next season, let me look at the roadmap here. It just doesn't look too hot. I'm gonna be honest. It just doesn't look too hot. I'm gonna look at the roadmap here. Oh, never mind. I can't find it. Well, anyway, so I hope you guys kind of enjoyed my feedback on this. It's pretty dumb, in my personal opinion. Pretty stupid, but you know, whatever. This better set up for a banger season next season. Otherwise, we're gonna have some serious fucking problems in this game, and nobody wants that. So, yeah. I mean, there's not much else to say other than if this game is still alive after this season, it's going to be a serious shocker. We're going to need another Jinxie. All right. See you guys.